Prince Hamza bin al-Hussein is the youngest son of Jordan's legendary king and a beloved figure in the country. He was once the kingdom's most desirable groom and the official heir to the throne. But he lost everything. Instead of the crown, he faced the collapse of his personal life, the loss of his title, and complete isolation from the outside world. Why did his older brother, King Abdullah, take away Hamza's future? Who stood by his side during the hardest years of his life? And, most importantly, where is he now? Watch this video to the end to learn the full truth about the most controversial prince in Jordan. Let's begin. King Hussein bin Talal ruled Jordan for almost 50 years. He was a charismatic and visionary leader. But despite his strength, Hussein was also a family man. He had 4 wives and 11 children, each with their own path. A special place in his heart belonged to his 4th wife, an American woman named Lisa Halaby. After their wedding, she converted to Islam, became Queen Noor, and gave birth to 4 of Hussein's children. The oldest, Prince Hamza, was especially close to his father. Until the late 1990s, the king's brother, Prince Hassan, held the title of Crown Prince. He had carried that title for over 30 years. But when King Hussein was diagnosed with cancer, everything changed. While the king was receiving treatment in the United States, Hassan began placing his allies into key positions. This shook the king's trust. Just 2 weeks before his death, he made a dramatic decision. He ordered the throne to pass to his son, Abdullah, and the title of Crown Prince to Hamza. That decision was seen as the dying wish of a monarch, but just a few years later it would be reversed. Why did the new king, Abdullah, strip his brother of his future? Prince Hamza had been preparing for public service since childhood. He studied at the most prestigious school in England, completed military training at Sandhurst, and earned a degree from Harvard, where he focused on strategy and public administration. At the time, Hamza was considered one of the most educated princes in the entire Middle East. And after receiving the title of Crown Prince, he became even more desirable as a potential husband. At the age of 23, he married his cousin, Princess Noor. It was a dynastic marriage, approved by the family. The couple had a friendly bond, but not much more. Their relationship looked perfect in public, but in private, there was distance between them. Still, they had a daughter whom they named Haya. But over time, the relationship quickly deteriorated. Everything changed in 2004 when King Abdullah unexpectedly removed Hamza from the line of succession and named his own son Hussein as Crown Prince. Technically, the king didn't break any laws, but he did go against his father's final wishes. This sparked public outrage. Prince Hamza was deeply loved by the people. It seems Princess Noor also felt deeply disappointed. She had married the Crown Prince expecting to become queen one day, but everything fell apart. The tension inside the royal family eventually took its toll on their marriage. In 2009, the couple officially divorced. After the collapse of his marriage, the prince threw himself into public service. Although he was banned from holding official government roles, he traveled around the country, listened to the problems of poor people, and helped however he could. Just like his father, the late King Hussein, he would get behind the wheel himself and drive to rural areas to be closer to the people. That's how he won the sincere love of ordinary Jordanians. It was during this time that he met a woman who changed his life. While working on a charity project, he met a young woman named Basma. She came from a modest background and, like Hamza, was involved in helping others. Their romance developed quickly, and within a year they got married. The wedding was simple, but the couple was truly happy. Basma gave her husband 6 children, 4 little princesses and 2 princes. The family chose not to live in the palace and moved into a modest residence in Amman. The 9 years they spent there turned out to be the happiest in Hamza's life. He raised his children and continued helping the poor. Thanks to this, his popularity among the people grew tremendously, and at some point, it drew too much attention. In 2021, the prince's peaceful life came to an end. While traveling across the country and speaking with ordinary people, the prince realized how deeply corruption had spread into all areas of life. He began to speak about it openly. Regular people supported him, but the authorities became alarmed. His public statements pushed King Abdullah's patience to the limit. Hamza was accused of something close to treason and of being part of a conspiracy, although no official charges were brought against him in court. But the consequences came quickly. The prince was placed under house arrest in his own residence. He was forbidden from communicating with anyone except close family members. But even in these conditions, Hamza found a way to be heard. The prince managed to send out a video message in which he spoke about his loyalty to the people and accused the country's leadership of silencing dissent. The message was broadcast by the BBC and caused a strong reaction around the world. The situation became so tense that it could have ended not just in prison time, but in something far worse. The prince was saved from a tragedy with an unpredictable outcome by his uncle Hassan and his loyal wife Basma. His uncle acted as a mediator between the brothers. He convinced King Abdullah not to take things to the extreme and to seek a compromise. And Basma convinced Hamza himself to soften his rebellious stance and write a letter of reconciliation to his brother. That really helped ease the tension. But full forgiveness never came. Formally, the arrest was lifted, but in reality, Hamza remained a prisoner in his own home. Exactly 1 year after the conflict, Hamza took an unexpected step. He officially renounced his title of prince. In an open letter, he said that he could no longer carry the title with dignity if he wasn't allowed to say what he believed was right. Since then, he has continued to live in complete isolation. He is forbidden from leaving the residence, using the phone, or accessing the internet. He cannot contact friends, give interviews, or take part in public life. His wife Basma, although not officially under arrest, also lives under strict control. Phone calls are allowed only with a limited circle of relatives. The children are allowed to attend school and use the internet, but only under the supervision of security services. The only person who can visit Hamza is his younger brother Hashem. He maintains good relations with King Abdullah, and perhaps that's why he was granted this special permission. In 2025, the organization Dawn called the prince's isolation unlawful, reminding the public that no court had ever approved his detention. This story has long moved beyond a personal drama and now attracts attention not only inside the country, but also on the international stage. But there's another version, less official, but just as widely discussed. Some believe that King Abdullah didn't want to prosecute his younger brother, but instead tried to protect him. At that time, several people were convicted of conspiracy and sentenced to 15 years in prison. But Hamza, unlike them, remained free. Perhaps isolation was a way to preserve the family's honor and protect his brother from prison and public disgrace. Or maybe it was done in memory of their father, King Hussein, who loved Hamza dearly, always believed in him, and whom people still compare him to this day. But through all these years, one person has stayed by the prince's side, his loyal wife Basma. She didn't leave him during the hardest moments and wasn't afraid of isolation. Without titles, without public drama, she simply stayed. Maybe that's what true love really is. What do you think about this dramatic story? Share your thoughts in the comments. Like this video and share it if you enjoyed it. Thank you for watching and see you next time.